Nobody from my family came to my wedding. Not even my parents nor my best friend. They all went to my sister's engagement party instead. But as we cut the cake, my phone lit up with a message from my mom. We need to talk, now. Followed by 52 missed calls. My wedding was supposed to be on June 15th. I sent out invitations 3 months early. My sister announced her engagement party for the exact same day 2 weeks after I sent mine. She called me acting all innocent, saying she didn't remember my date. I told her straight up it was the same day. She just said, well, mine's already booked now. The week before the wedding, my mom called. She said they decided to go to Ashley's engagement party instead because it's closer to home and engagement parties are rarer than weddings. My dad didn't even call. He just texted sorry kiddo with a thumbs up emoji. My brother Kevin sent a gif of a crying cat. That was it. My best friend since middle school, Jordan, said he'd try to make both, but ended up just going to Ashley's thing. So on my actual wedding day, the church had empty seats on my entire side. My coworkers filled some spots. My fiance Rachel's family kept looking over at my side with these awkward faces. Her mom asked me twice if people were running late. I just said traffic was bad. The photographer had to angle all the shots to hide how empty it was. The reception was at this Italian place downtown. We ordered food for 80 people. Only 31 showed up. The owner felt so bad he didn't charge us for the extra meals. He packed everything in takeout boxes and told us to take it home. Rachel kept squeezing my hand under the table during dinner but didn't say anything. We were cutting the cake when my phone started going crazy on the gift table. I ignored it at first. Then Rachel's cousin went to grab her purse and said my phone screen was just lighting up over and over. I walked over and saw 52 missed calls from my mom. Then a text. We need to talk, now. I called her back in the hallway. She picked up immediately. She was crying hard, could barely get words out. She kept saying, I'm so sorry, over and over. Finally, she told me what happened. Ashley's fiance, this guy named Brett who nobody really liked but everyone pretended to for Ashley's sake, announced at the party that he was already married. He had a whole wife in another state. He got drunk and just blurted it out in front of everyone while they were doing toasts. Complete chaos. Ashley locked herself in the bathroom. Brett's actual wife showed up an hour later because someone called her. The venue kicked everyone out. My dad apparently punched Brett in the parking lot. Cops came. The whole thing turned into a disaster movie. Mom said they wanted to come to my wedding right then. It was 9 p.m. The reception was basically over. I told her no. She started crying harder, saying she made the biggest mistake of her life. I just hung up. Ashley called me at midnight. She was sobbing, saying she needed her big sister. I didn't answer. She called 6 more times. Then my dad called. Then Kevin. I turned my phone off. Rachel and I went on our honeymoon to Mexico the next day like we planned. I didn't tell her the whole story until we were on the plane. She just stared at me and said, are you serious right now? I showed her all the missed calls and messages. She ordered 2 whiskeys from the flight attendant and we just sat there. My parents showed up at our apartment the day we got back. They were sitting in the hallway with Olive Garden bags and a card. I made Rachel go in first while I stayed in the car for 20 minutes. When I finally went up, my mom hugged me and wouldn't let go. My dad kept saying he'd pay for a second wedding, a bigger one, anything I wanted. I told them I didn't want their money. I wanted them at my actual wedding and they chose wrong. My mom said Ashley manipulated the date on purpose because she's always been jealous of me. That Ashley knew exactly what she was doing. I asked why they still picked her party then. Nobody had an answer for that. Ashley sent me a 5-page letter in the mail, handwritten, talking about how she's always lived in my shadow and how Brett made her feel special for once and how she didn't mean to hurt me. The letter had tear stains on it. I threw it in the trash without finishing it. 2 months later, my parents invited us to Sunday dinner. Ashley was there. She tried to hug me. I stepped back. Dinner was the most awkward hour of my life. Ashley kept trying to make small talk. I answered in yes or no. Rachel kicked me under the table when I was being too harsh, but I didn't care. Here's the crazy part. Last week, I got a package at my door. It was from Ashley. Inside was a check for $5,000 and a note saying, I'm so sorry. This is from selling my ring. I want you to have it. The check was real. I verified it with my bank. Rachel said we should keep it. I haven't cashed it yet. It's just sitting on my desk.